What's up, guys? This is Mana, and welcome back yet again to my channel. It's early in the morning, and Wrecked by Faith finally dropped down the news regarding Willzor, regarding what's going on with the damn freaking server, some updates. And before we get into that, I just want to know there's gonna be an upcoming video on my channel where Wrecked by Faith will be actually talking about some more of the stuff and some more about the server and what happened. So stay forward, look forward to that video pretty soon. But let's go ahead and get down to this, guys. So basically, a lot of text to go through, so it might be something that we're just gonna have to read through and talk about. So here we go. So what happened, what is happening, and what will happen moving forward. Oh yeah, and their website is back up, and you can also register and all that stuff. So they're trying to get this thing really going and really trying to set forth, trying to show people that, hey, we're ready, we're serious now, we want to get this to you guys. So that's really good. So here we go. Firstly, welcome back to the main website. If you had an account with us, you'll be able to log into the site right away and be able to comment on this post. If you don't have an account, then you will be able to make one in preparation for the upcoming community events. I'd like to also thank all of our players for their loyalty. We are doing the best in getting things back to where they were and better. That's something good to hear. As you may or may not know, I stated before that Will was removed from the team in our Discord. Now that it's been a week, I will go into more details regarding this. Please understand that this post will be extremely long, as it has 3 sections. What happened, what is happening, and what will happen. If you wish to skip over a specific section, you can, as I have initially highlighted each title so you can go into it faster. But we're going to read the whole thing because we're crazy, right? So what happened? Contrary to belief, I started this project initially by myself and my fiance. Will was brought onto the team close to about 7 months later because of his expertise. He claimed he had past experience with WoW modeling, as well as was being more than proficient in security and networking. Being me, I had no idea of how a lot of these things worked on the core side, as I was still very new to the scene. He was meant to be the bridge for me. I never had touched a server, never touched code, and it was foreign concepts to me. We needed someone who could guide us here. So that's one main reason why they brought Willzor on the team. As many folks recall, the beta was better than the release itself. A lot of folks ask why this is the case and blame it on the Murloc/Tuskar edition. However, that is only a little part of the truth. A few days, 2 to 3 prior to the release, it was suggested that we had to recompile the core with updates that were not tested before in order to stay up to date with them. While I had at the time strong opinions about it, I supported his stance on it because it was given to me as it was either going to happen or release wouldn't happen. And being me, I try to keep up with my promises. So we went for the compile. I later found out Will had ignored members of the team's concerns that we were not ready to release. I hadn't realized the severity until after the server was released, something we both learned to never do again. And you guys remember that we went through that, and it's crazy that this is all coming out and we could definitely see what's going on. Let me get a drink of water real quick. In addition, I was recommended by him during the development to find a $115 OVH server for the game host, as well as the 6 or so download servers that were $30 to $50 a piece. This went on for months, draining my own pocket, and then later on also draining his. Only after our release did we realize we could have cut the cost to be so much less. This infuriated me because he was meant to already know this, not to mention the sheer amount of workload he put on me in trying to learn and understand how these programs worked, rather than letting me work on the server, stuff like the maps. Don't get me wrong, he had also put a large load of work on himself, but nevertheless, it made both of our lives difficult in the process. In a way, it's now a thank you to him because I can run things myself, but also frustrating. There was even a point where I was trying to push fixes at times and he would threaten shutting down the server if I didn't do it in a specific way. What a horrible thing to do. That's just horrible, man. Like, really. After we announced that we were going back into the development, Will basically stopped working on the developmental side of things. He set up an internal server for us to work on, but overall took a step back. This was during the time he had a medical emergency. I took horns of the bull and led the project back to a better place. By September, we were working at full speed. I want to also mention before continuing that throughout this time of Will being on staff, he was very toxic and harsh to the staff. Yes, Melanti has stated that, and many other people have stated that as well. It was something we were working on together, but it was something also that was constantly happening, resulting in a lot of issues. There would be good people who would get into arguments with Will and then leave the next day after, simply because all people are replaceable to him. One of my good friends who I met through Will Deserts was working on this project full time and developed medical issues because of it during release. When we made posts that we were working as much as possible to get things working, we meant it with all of our hearts. Me, Deserts, and Will all slept less than 3 hours a night. Will himself would sleep probably even less. These issues were piling up, and while we all agreed to let go of the past, it was still a strain. However, there was a final straw. In late November of last year, roughly, Will wanted to get back into the swing of things, and I showed him what was being worked on and the things of that nature. He wanted to then impress everyone by moving the core over to a kata-based core. While it sounded like a great idea at the time, it wasn't. I had warned him about the changing to this core and the amount of work it would take, but he guilt-tripped me into it, and so we tried it. Production halted on our current core because of how data transfer works from our core to the kata core, and overall, things paused. Every month and a half, I would tell Will that this wasn't a good idea, but he hadn't listened. Finally, around May of this year, I put my foot down and told him we had to stop this. We were making little to no progress and it wasn't worth it. He argued with it indirectly, but eventually concluded it in the agreement. That argument was a heated one. We determined we would work on communication, but from that point on, it felt like walking on eggshells and I couldn't handle it any longer. Finally, a few days ago, I spoke to him and gave him an hour to write something to the public if he wanted. I tried to talk to him about the issues and worries that I had in regards to him being on the staff team. I suggested that he would step down, but he refused. It was a 5-hour conversation that ended up in him aggravating me. It could have been 10-minute conversation, but instead it had to be 5 hours. He hurt a lot of people in the process, and a lot of things he had done weren't okay, but I followed through with them because that's what a team does. They stick by each other. However, after defending the actions he had done for so long, it was eating at my spirit too much. That happens. Like, you see what's going on and then you can't just defend it so much after. It happened to me as well. It began to give me pain and started to interrupt my own personal life. This is the best way to summarize why he was removed. This doesn't mention that he had done that was positive, rather the reasons as to why he was gone. I don't mean to bash anyone if that's what someone may see reading this. However, I want to show transparency in the best way possible, and that is by giving those who care to read my words the truth. I never agreed with Zero on what he did, but I also never agreed with how Will treated the situation. I hope this explains things a bit better, and I apologize personally to everyone who has ever been hurt by Will or by myself through this, and hope you can forgive me and move forward with us. So that's basically what happened with Wilzor and the whole staff. So he was basically a tyrant, and that's basically all it was to it. He was a tyrant, and if you didn't agree with him, well, that's it. You didn't agree with him, and you'd probably be booted from the squad. You'd probably be put low on the totem pole, and that kind of does suck in terms of development for a game. People trying to develop stuff and they can't get through it because there's someone there just going crazy. So that is insane. So let's go scroll down to what is happening. After Will was removed, the staff has revived, and process has been moving quickly. The first thing that I wanted to do was bring back the old staff, which is good. This means folks such as Zero is the launcher dude, and Lamby I believe was the lore guy, if I'm not mistaken. Zero is back and assisting with the website and launcher, which that is great. He'll be the main person who will be managing these two things and will continue to do so. It is important to me that his name is clear from what was said before about him, and he is once again seen in good light. So that's good thing, Zero. I'm happy that you're back, and I'm happy that this launcher and stuff is going to be working with us, hopefully. As for Lamby returning, it shows just how significant of a change it is with Will leaving and how much it has changed the atmosphere of the server. I agree. Once they said the thing about Will leaving, the server just bumped up in life and everybody's like, yes, that's good. So in addition to these two things, there are many more returning on the back end. However, recently we have implemented a new rule set which allows GMs to show their face on this Discord if they wish to do so. Thus, you may see new names popping up on the right side. With that being said, things have gone underway. Our launcher has been put into development, remade from scratch to resolve the past problems with the old one. Redesigned professionally below, you can see. I'll basically put these pictures below so you can see them as well pop up. But yeah, I love how it looks like. The color looks nice, and I'm loving the way this launcher looks. So they're working on getting that launcher real great, and I'm freaking happy. So that's the main problem we had was with the launcher, and it was so crazy how it was doing it last time. There were so many problems, hard to get into the game, and it was just insane. So hopefully with this one here, they'll test it right. They'll have people test it out, and hopefully it will be good. Now scrolling down, this is of course including our new website that is once again launched and has a possibility of registration amongst other things. In addition to that, we have implementation of our new class, the Necromancer. Our Necromancer is a DPS and healer using bone disease and blood magic. More info. Okay, so they added a new class, Necromancer. As you know, the ads are off at War added Necromancer as well. And I believe they are a tank DPS class, and they're DPS and healer. So this is going to be kind of spicy to see what the heck's going to be happening here. But Necromancer class on Revelations, wow. All right, that's crazy. So finally, we have fully functioning development server up 24/7 for all of our developers to be able to help work on the project no matter what time of the day or where they are. As of today, we have a completely new change to the starting zone, and this is a pretty significant change. Now the starting zone will actually be part of the main storyline. Players will start in their standard starting zone and will be able to get their racial and choose to start the main storyline whenever they'd like, rather than it being forced immediately upon them. That is a really good change. I like that change. If they choose not to do this, they will still have access to the main storyline without the prelude of this zone. We currently have multiple members of the staff back on the server working hard to ensure that zones are finished, fully functional, and ready for play testing. So as you can see, this is the zone right here, and it looks way better. Oh my god, it looks nice. I'm liking it. It looks really nice. All right, I see what you guys, man. You guys were at work and you guys were just waiting for this information to come out, and I'm happy that it's come out. So let's go here. All of this has gone underway within the past week of Will leaving staff. We do not plan on losing steam. As of right now, we are welcoming back anyone or extending an offer of a conversation to anyone that had an issue with Will, and of course, we are recruiting staff. We have changed around a lot how the public and staff Discord functions, with the first being you are now able to ping me whenever you like. You guys remember that when we used to ping Will? Like, you broke GR 675. You cannot ping a staff as it is disrespectful. That thing was freaking hilarious, bro. So you're also able to talk to staff members without having to worry about getting in trouble for pinging them, and there isn't a requirement to pick horde or alliance before joining the Discord server, allowing you to be able to chat immediately as soon as you join for ease of access. And that's great. So that's good. That's good news. Necromancer, new starting, the starting zones, the freaking new story, the lore that's being brought up. That's great that this is all happening now, and they're picking up steam, and hopefully they don't lose this steam. They got to keep on going, because there was a lot of stuff with no news, no nothing, and we need to keep on pumping this news. We need to keep on pumping all this stuff so we could bring this back, because I am actually literally getting hyped right now for this, and I miss it. I miss feeling this kind of excitement for Revelations. Wow, man, I had so much fun in this server, and with them doing all these different types of stuff, even when it was on the launch and stuff, I still had fun with people playing the game. Now they're doing this differently, and it'll be hopefully way better. It's bringing back that little fire in me that I used to have. I'm talking about private servers. So let's see what will happen moving forward. We recognize that everyone has waited a significantly long time for the launch of the server, yes, and we want to try to do everything in our own power to get it there. I want to inform you all that we will start doing events and activities. In addition, everyone who originally had an account with us will be giving a Murloc mount that's only possible to be received by having an account before this post was made. We will randomly select 20 people, for example, to test and share their inputs on specific dungeons, have a set amount of people to play through specific areas, host dev discussions with the community in public voice channels, and much more. The idea is to have a significant amount of testing done through the community, having you guys, have fun playing. Official closed beta releases will be after things like this are completed. So this is crazy. I'm happy. Basically, I'm happy. We need your help, not only to help to get the server back on track and a fun environment, but also to restore the vision of Revelations. Wow, yes, that's exactly what I was saying. I made a promise I will never give up on this project, and as you can see, I have kept it. severing what was killing it and doing what I can to get it up and running and going. Our team is happier, working harder, and we look forward to you seeing the results of this. We will have more details as to what follows in the future, but for now, we hope that this information and content drop is significant enough to savor your taste buds and join us in this path of redemption. P.S. Please know that we are working on our website at the moment, as it's still in development. Donation points, voter points, as well as certain links may not show or work at the current time. Sincerely, the Revelation WoW staff. All right, my thoughts on this is I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy to see them actually pump out this and actually have transparency and talk about what happened with Wilzor and what was going on and why he was taken off of staff. It's good that we know, and it's good that they're ensuring that stuff like this won't happen again and that they're moving into more of a positive light, which is great. New Necromancer class, new starting zone, more story stuff, and they're working on it real good. And I just hope that this works out in the end, because I'm really hyped to play this game again because of the things that I'm seeing. So yes, my hope is through the board right now, but that's just how I am as a person. I see things and I see people and just like, yo, this guy really wants to get it done. Like, look at him, he's putting it all out there, and I want to give that person, you know, I want to give them my hope. Like, yo, I'm rooting for you, you know. I'm rooting for you and the team. Hopefully everything goes the way that you want to, and I'll be here watching, making videos, and just spreading the word of Revelation WoW now. I'm so happy. Well, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about, you know, what happened with the development with Wilzor, what's going to happen in the future, the Necromancer class, the new starting zone area, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff to take in right now. And I will, like I said, we'll have a video of Rec talking, you know, basically answering my questions I had for him in my next video, which is called A Message from Rec by Faith, and that'll be uploaded next week, so make sure you guys actually stay tuned. Welcome back, man is back, channel going full steam ahead, Revelations WoW going full steam ahead. It's like 2 revivals in one, basically, guys. 2 revivals in one. I love you all. Make sure to comment down below, make sure to like the video, and sub to the channel for more Revelations WoW content and just more stuff for private servers and other stuff. I'll see you guys later. Take care.